Welcome to Shade in the City.
I'm Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are reviewing
Ready to Love
DC. We're on episode... Oh, okay.
I'm ready.
She burst out in the song, y'all.
To love.
She feels ready to love. Here we go.
I love that theme song.
Episode 2. Let's get shady. All right, so we start this episode off and we see our girl Tasia. She arrives in her hot pink with her Fable
Looking
glasses.
like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
That was shady. That was super shady.
I didn't think it was shady. Kim K did it.
What, with the Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah, she did the Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, to each its own. So we see her arrive and they nephew Tommy has set up a happy hour for them. So she's the first lady to get there, and she wants to sit all the guys down and confront them about why she was in the bottom 2 the night before.
She fell in some type of way.
Because look at her. So she's like, okay, so now that I have your attention, why the hell was I in the bottom 2?
What the hell happened?
Do you see me? Do you see you? Why was I in the bottom 2? Girl.
So we got Dr. Camille over here getting down to the nitty gritty.
Well, first we have to preface what was going on before. So, the mixer starts. Nephew Tommy comes out. He basically tells the guys, he puts them on notice, but he tells everyone that the ladies are in charge this week. So they are going to be responsible for who gets eliminated from the guys.
Watch how much you drink.
And so basically he puts the guys on notice and they're all like, especially Tyrone, he goes through this whole process. You see him and he feels like he needs to talk to everybody in the room.
Gotta make a connection.
Now, I can appreciate when Tyrone said this, and when he said it, I said, it makes sense. So he says in the confessional, he's a cybersecurity CEO. Mm-hmm. He's he views himself as a nerd. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a sexy nerd, just saying. But he views himself, but he views himself as a nerd. So it's hard for him to get in these situations with these beautiful, successful women who are also socially, flowing, and he's awkward.
He's socially
awkward. So I can...
His word's not mine.
Yeah. So I can appreciate him knowing that. But again, it goes back to my point from last review that also you're forcing it. So then it comes off as you're trying too hard. How about that? Just saying. Why don't we wait for the mutual connections? Go ahead, Chanel.
So now we're going to move on to Miss Nitty Gritty. Okay. Miss Dr. Camille. Here she's talking to Walter and they're having a conversation. And she decides she has a question she want to ask, but she feels like it might be a little too forward. He says, go ahead. Go on and ask the question. It's okay. Boo. She want to know his credit score.
And
Camille, I feel you, boo.
And then there was awkward silence.
Because he ain't answer the question. He said she can ask it, but he ain't answer. Okay, so here we got Miss Love Language.
Well, they talk about that the whole damn episode, but yes.
Well, she want to know what, I said, girl, I thought it said my boo. She want to know. Cornelius. She want to know what his love language is. He tells her gifts. Hers is touching. She likes physical touch.
And she said she want to touch some stuff.
She said she want to touch on him. She said he need to change his love language because she's trying to touch something else. Boo. So that he is a God-fearing man. He slow down, boo.
She says she's a God-fearing woman. But she likes to physically touch. That might be pray together.
She said she was trying to touch something else. We know what she meant. Okay? We know what she meant.
We
back it up, boo.
get funny. We see Miss Courtney lay her hand on his thigh. And, he doesn't mind it. And like I said, I
ain't see that.
Oh, yeah, she absolutely puts her hand on his thigh. And it's like, oh, does this bother you? And he's like, no, that don't bother me, boo.
And this last scene, that happened?
Yeah. Yeah, that happened. That happened. In front of your face. Understand. All right, y'all. So just a heads up. We got some crazy weather going on in the DMV right now. And so if y'all hear the thunder and all that going on and see flashes of lightning, it's real. As we're sitting here recording. And yeah, just wanted to put that disclaimer.
We're trying to talk a little louder.
We're just talking a little louder over the thunder. But my grandmother always told me that's when God's supposed to be working. So if all the lights go out and everything's done, then that's mean that
Did she also tell you to turn off all the lights?
Yeah.
And here we go.
Here we go.
With all these lights on.
If everything go out, that means God said his work was more important and we gonna catch y'all on another day.
And let there be light.
Let there be light. But no, so basically this next scene, we see creepy ass Corey, because that's what he gives me, creep. He gives me creep, y'all. And my girl Sabrina. And he tries to come at her with this weakest game, and I told Chanel to write this down because it was just so whack. And he was like, but I need to get you by myself so I can really figure out.
We by ourselves though. Like Sabrina's but we're by ourselves.
I don't understand. He gives me, I want to get you into the back of my van and kidnap you.
I told Treese that he gives me, that dude that said he was trying to go out on a date with you, but really trying to get you over his house and pressing to get you over his house. And he was like,
no, that's not what the game plan was.
No,
you said we was going somewhere.
We can go chill in public and go on a date.
That's exactly what that gives.
I'm not trying to go to your house, sir. Mm-hmm. That's what he gives.
Yeah.
Corey, you need to relax.
You need to relax because you are giving creep stir.
His reasoning for wanting to go out on a date.
And then the fact that you have a reasoning behind it.
Y'all are supposed to be getting to know each other right now. Right now, in this picture, they are alone. In this scene, they are alone. This is when you're supposed to be getting to know her, not arguing.
Well, I guess he's not while cameras are in my face, but either way, the cameras are going to be in your face. Corey.
Even if y'all went on a date.
So, yeah, I'm going to need you to trust the process, and it does.
And you don't sign up for a show like this and then want to go on a date with cameras not there.
Yeah, that does sound kind of.
So we have creepy Corey,
mm-hmm.
or I guess now, chivalrous Corey.
There's many shades to Corey.
50 shades.
50 shades of Corey.
And Mumin, they are on a date, and she decided to give him a date because when they were leaving the mixer,
yeah,
she had a flat tire, and in the middle of these DC streets, he changed it for her. So she decided to give him a little pass. She felt
good job, Corey. You're not as much of a creep as we thought.
I mean, creeps change tires too,
yeah.
But I mean, we'll leave it at chivalry. That was
a very sweet thing for you to do, Corey.
It was. Although I wouldn't expect you to just walk past her like, hey, hope you got the number for AAA,
But you know what I think is kind of crazy though?
What?
So
I feel like you're about to say something crazy.
No, okay. Hear me out.
Oh, geez.
So was the bargaining chip, I'll change your tire if you go on a date with me?
Well, that's not.
Because if that's it, then Corey, you're still a creep.
That's not what she said. She said
I'm just saying that I don't know for some reason, and because he's been so thirsty this whole time.
You think that he said I'm not going to change your
tire? I know. I just feel like he used that as leverage. Like, now I can get a date because I changed your tire. See, I was looking at it from but now because he's so conniving and in the way that he thinks, I can see how he manipulated this and finessed it to work in his favor.
Copy and paste. You did deceive though. It's all your fault.
I'm sorry.
You did deceive though.
I'm sorry. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like,
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because she said that she gave him a pass because he changed her tire. As if it was something, she came up with on her own. Oh, okay, he changed my tire. I thought it was chivalrous. So
now I should probably go on a date with him?
Yeah, or let's see how he is on a date since I've seen this side of him. Not like a you did a favor for me, so I'm gonna do a favor for you. Just okay, I seen a different side. You're not just copy and paste. Let's see you in your element. That's what I'm thinking. Apparently, she don't agree.
It's still giving creep.
We have a little double date situation going on here.
That our girl Camille set up.
It's Camille and Walter, and Courtney and Cornelius.
And I don't know why Camille did this to herself.
No, she actually said that she wants to see the connection between Courtney and Cornelius so that she can shut it down. I don't know what she shut down. But as
it was looking like a free-for-all. She had a hand all on the knee, and she is her thing is physical touch.
That's true.
Her thing is physical touch.
But I feel like this date, was very telling. I feel like it seemed like Courtney and Walter had more in common. They were I thought that they were kind of flirty. They were kind of sexual a little bit.
They both said that sex is important to them.
They were both agreeing.
Wow. No, they both said they wouldn't wait till they get married to have to.
It seemed like Camille and Cornelius had more in common because they were just kind of like, yeah, I don't really agree with what the hell y'all was talking about.
No, Cornelius said he would still tap that ass. He just didn't say it didn't have to be within, 90 days. He's willing to, wait for something. Walter's like, bitch, you make.
If I want it, you gonna give it to me. That don't give you creep. No.
We're not going to talk about
you biased.
We're not going to talk
about she biased.
We're not going to talk about that.
That don't give you creep, girl.
No.
That don't give you
creep. We will not talk about my endeavors on camera. Anyway, so we see that, and I didn't realize, but I did learn from this scene that Camille is actually a preacher's daughter.
A granddaughter, I think.
Is it granddaughter? I thought they said she's a preacher's kid. Her dad, they kept saying.
I'm going to say granddaughter, she going to say daughter.
But that's
one of the two.
So I don't know. We'll see. But clearly, I think Walter was like, you're a little too sheltered for me. There definitely was a dynamic between Courtney and Walter.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to talk about Xadia with this body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Because Boo's body is, like he said, banging.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're sitting down. Looks like having
her and Tyrone.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So, it's Xadia and Tyrone, and they're having a little, chit chat. It looks like at a juice bar, coffee shop. It looks like they both either came for working out or getting ready to go work out, but they ain't broke a sweat yet, so they still cute. And they sit down and they have a moment, and I really can appreciate Tyrone in this moment, and he tells us that he has a history or does have PTSD, which we know he was in the military and he's dealing with that. And that also may go back to, I was telling Chanel sidebar, that it may also go back to his social awkwardness. Because I guess everybody kind of has a trigger in that type of situation. So you just never know what might set someone off and maybe he knows. But I could understand in a big social setting how that could be like he would want to, refrain from. I get it. So I really respected him for that. I thought that they had a really deep connection. I thought she was super, super understanding.
Super supportive.
And supportive. And, they just talked about different techniques. And he even said after that, he felt that they had a really, strong connection. So in this moment, Tyrone, I can appreciate you because you didn't seem like you were trying too hard. It seemed like you were being authentic, and I could appreciate it. So can I just say in this next scene, this really touched my heart because I do believe that they were at Ben's next door. And that's where I met my boo.
You're a mess.
When I was ready to love in DC.
You're a mess.
So it just gave me a moment. And no, my boo's name is not Walter. But but this was a really cute scene outside on U Street. And Yeah, no, Chanel, I'll let you get more into that because you really
I'm gonna
said
just start by saying, hey, Miss Aisha.
yes, you were
Hey,
giving.
Miss Aisha. Um, so Carrington and Aisha, they sat down for their date. Um, she made it known that he's 33 and she's 38.
I think so. Yes, she's
38.
38.
And asked him how he felt about that. He said she's actually kind of young for the women that he usually dates. I guess he like older women.
Mm-hmm.
And, Aisha is one of the younger ones. Um, so she wants to ask him about his past relationships and, has he ever cheated? He said the young folks call, I'm sorry, he had what the young folks call a situationships. Sorry, you're 33. Aren't you a young folk?
You're still young folk.
That's what I thought, but, I could be wrong. And that he's never cheated because he never had a girlfriend. Red flag. Flag on the play. Okay. Sir, you 33 and you gonna sit here and say you ain't never had a girlfriend?
You just said never acknowledged her.
That just means that you just out here fucking bitches. That's what we're saying. We on ready to love. You trying to show you ready to love and you've matured.
And
okay. You've never had a real relationship, never had a girlfriend, or somebody even called a girlfriend. Mm. And you want to tell us to a 38-year-old who is ready to love, divorced,
2 kids, teenage,
went to therapy, so she ain't broken, know what she want. And
like she said, she was like, when I was 33,
it wasn't my focus. It wasn't my focus. Yeah, I don't think this is a good mix. I don't think this is a good match. Carrington's cute, Aisha's cute, but together, I don't see it.
I don't see it. But I love to hear, like Aisha talk about how she went to therapy after she said she had been with her ex-husband from the time she was 19 to 31. Mm-hmm. So she didn't want to come to anybody broken. Mm-hmm. I think that sometimes in our, community, that's looked down upon. And so hats off to you. She got her kids in therapy after going through that situation and just making sure that they're fulfilled mentally and spiritually. Go ahead, girl.
And I don't know if this sounds messed up, but I know, I would assume at 38, right? And a dude trying to talk to you, he's 33, and he tells you that his job is in the nightlife. That's a huge red flag to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like if you are really looking for love, you shouldn't be on a show without actually testing out the waters first to make sure that that's even what you want. Because it sounds like you ain't never had it and you're just curious to know what it's like. Like you never actually been
done it.
Exactly, and know that that's what you like. So,
and this is not the venue to figure it out.
It sounds like a game.
We got a new crush, y'all.
Yeah.
So, Naeem, sexy chocolate.
He looking good.
Yes.
He look a strong dude.
So we see it's another like little private mixer. Mm-hmm. We see our girl Shiloh, the intimacy coach. And I love how she talks about, and I don't think people do this anymore. Taste the strawberry. Let me blindfold you and see what it is. That is, and you know what? You said that. The last one, you said it ain't got to be about sex. And I was like, bitch, it's intimacy. What the fuck you mean it ain't about sex? But I love how she broke Shiloh. I might make an appointment. I'm saying that was really dope. It was outside the box.
But you know what though? I mean, seriously, like
I like the thought process.
Look at the picture. Just look at the picture of her, right? Tell me, without her even opening her mouth, she doesn't exude sex.
Oh yeah.
She exudes sex.
I'm gonna give
like
it to you.
No, I mean no, like
and I'm gonna give it to you good.
Here you go. I ain't talking about sex, actual sex. I mean like she's just like sexual.
Well, yes.
And sensual. It's just all over her. It makes sense that that's what she does for a living.
And so she briefly says that her thing is physical touch, and Naeem and it wasn't even like, it wasn't creepy, Corey. Mm-hmm. it was a nice, gentle, like he little stroked her arm. It won't nothing like he won't try to grab
It
a
wasn't
titty.
like some nasty knot.
Yeah. It wasn't nothing like that. And she could really, again, because she's into intimacy, she felt that shit.
Yeah, I think she was like really feeling it.
She was
like, hold up. Ooh, hold
like
up.
his vibrations.
Shiloh, I feel you though, because let me tell you something, even if he ain't touch you like that, just the fact that it's not, okay?
So, yes, we see a connection between Shiloh and Naeem brewing. And then we see Xadia, Dante, and Tasia. Mm-hmm. Chanel's here for her.
Okay, listen, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. I like how open she was. Okay,
I do. She's very straightforward. I like her directness.
Yes. My issue right here, this scene though, is they were having a conversation about the nastiest place, or wasn't it?
Like where's the nastiest place you ever
had sex? Yeah. And it got to her, and she's like, "I'm not telling anybody who or where I done been." And
just know any man that would be very happy that ends up with me.
Ma'am, I understand why you was in the bottom too.
I didn't say it, she did.
I understand. Because you just killed the motherfucking vibe. You killed the you grown.
Yeah, like
everybody
at
the table, exactly. Yeah. Everybody's grown. Everybody at the table was talking about it. You acting like a little pussy ass girl. Like, I'm not telling you who I had sex. Well, anybody asked you? We asked what place. Okay.
We ain't asked you for no dates.
Look, they trying to figure out if they will actually be lucky. They don't owe you nothing to keep you around to find out if they're gonna actually be lucky. But little ass girl.
Oh. Shady.
Deliberation time.
Cornelius.
Understandably.
So we get to the first part of the deliberation, and the ladies are sitting down talking with nephew Tommy, and we see Miss Camille, and he starts to go around the table, and she's like, "Well, from the beginning, from day one, I knew that we had a connection." Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Yes, Cornelius, that's my black king, absolutely." So Carrie and Tasia, they're like, "Well, we also
had a connection.
And I ain't never seen nobody snap their neck. So she was
the snapping of the neck, the face, the eye roll,
you have a what?
I'm sorry, who?
With who?
You said
what? With who?
Because you've been where?
With who? Yeah, Camille.
Not Cornelius.
Right?
Camille ain't having it.
She was not here for it.
It's also making connections. He got like what?
4 girls out here claiming they got connections with Tyrone.
And Carrie is feeling some type of way about it. Because
he called her and he was like, "Look, it's been real, but
we ain't got no connection.
We ain't got no connection like that. So I'm going to just, cut this off." And she was like, "My feelings were really hurt." And then Shiloh chimes in and she's like,
"He called me after that."
He called me, girl.
Let me give you a little insight.
Give you a little insight because, I'm an intimacy coach. So what he said was that he just did not have the capacity to entertain more than 3 women at a time. And that's some true shit. Women are a lot, right? So when you...
But how you decide that I'm the one? How you decide I'm the 4th one that needs to go?
That ain't my business.
How you decide that you got 3 and I'm the one that need to go?
That was his personal choice. Tyrone, if you wasn't feeling it, could it have been delivered? Did you? I do feel like it was wrong for you to go have a conversation with Shiloh.
Instead of Carrie.
You
told Carrie you didn't want to talk to her or y'all didn't have a connection, so why you couldn't tell her the reason why? I don't. And you told Shiloh instead. And actually, according to Carrie and according to nephew Tommy, it would have been nicer delivered that way versus the way you delivered it.
Yeah.
So in this scene, They are, apparently the ladies made up their mind who's going home and who's gonna stay and is ready for love.
And these are our bottom two.
Yes.
Creepy Corey. Are we surprised? Now, what we do see, and let me just preface this before Chanel really gets into the it shit of it all, is that creepy Corey, back to my point of him being nasty, walks in there and is like, Tasia knew what she was doing in that dress. And he hugs her and starts feeling on her booty. Like, literally. And it was just giving, like, do you not get any? Like, any. Like, you know there's strip clubs for that, right? But, like, regular women who are not looking to be touched or fondled.
Just to look good in their dress.
Just to look good in their dress. You already know how I feel. Corey's a creep. Go ahead.
So we're going to start off with Carrington and Camille. Apparently, well, I'm not going to say apparently, but I'm assuming that Carrington has never watched the show before. Maybe he just signed up so he can
promote himself.
Exactly.
His business, yeah.
Because, sir, you seemed oblivious that you were on a date to get sent home. He was literally going back and forth with Camille about, she kept on saying, the consensus of the other women. Oh, here we go. We're talking about the other women now. Talking about yes, that's what you do when you deliberate and decide who the hell is going home, sir. That's what happens.
So now I'm in a therapy session.
Yeah. Like, is this a date or is this therapy?
And can I just say that I said this and I said this before? That really bothers me. I feel like he came at her like a whole female.
You know what, though? Camille kept it together. Because you know what I would have said? Your ass is going home. You going home. Get the fuck up from this table.
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Because Camille was...
You're not ready
so patient.
And he was just so combative with her.
And she was just like, well, the other women, I spoke with the other women, and the consensus was... I'd have been like, what all that... Oh, was this a date or a therapy session? No. What it is time for your ass to leave.
And then I love how she just continued after he got up. He's like, am I done now? She's like, yeah. I'm going to continue to finish my meal.
Because I'm still here.
Production's paying for this.
Because I'm still ready to love.
I'm still ready to love. I'm going to finish this cocktail.
So then we have Creepy Corey.
And Tasia.
And she's explaining to him that, the ladies have sensed a few red flags from him. He needs to chill out. He's not going to get too many more warnings. And she decides, or I'm sorry, she didn't decide, but the consensus was that he gets to stay, y'all.
Corey makes it to see another day.
And he also got another date
with Tasia.
So he was super excited about that. He did his little, I guess, little cheer.
It was so corny to me.
Because he's corny Corey.
Cornball Corey? Is that what we're going to call Cornball Corey? This is Cornball Corey, y'all.
Yes.
This is Cornball Corey.
He was, yes, happy to get a second date with Tasia. He was super happy. Apparently that made Tasia happy. You can see the big, huge smile on her face. So it looks like Corey is maybe moving up on the food chain a little bit. He did get a date,
But if I see Corey in the parking lot.
What if he don't get a white van?
I'm just being honest.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another review of
Ready to Love DC.
We will catch you next week. But before we go, make sure you like,
comment,
join when
subscribe.
You can. When you can. Subscribe. And we will catch you next week, guys. We love you.
Mwah. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe.